What's up, guys? Johnny here with Team Legit.
Hey guys, I'm Alex, aka Token Sweet, and this is Folke.
Folke like folk wolf?
Kind of almost. It's like a old Swedish Viking name.
Very cool. So today we're going to do a review on Folke, the attack dog.
And as you see, he is a very fierce animal. Gigantic claws. His fangs are humongous. And never look him straight in the eyes because he will literally rip your throat out. Speaking
about eyes, what we're really here for today is a review and unboxing of the new Dominator HD V3s. Some of you guys may already have seen some posts and seen some videos on it, but we've got a couple different variations of it today. There's the fierce attack dog trying to kill somebody. So what we've got here is a batch 1 and a batch 2. Now, we'll get into the details as why we're calling them batch 1 and batch 2. But first, let's do a quick unboxing and show you the contents inside. It's not much different if you've bought any other set of Dominator goggles, as far as the V2s, the V3s, and the HD1s and the HD2s. They pretty much come with the same general stuff. So first, you're going to get their Fatshark's pretty well-known case, a hard shell, semi-hard shell zipper case. You're going to get the 1800 milliamp 2S LiPo with the LED indicator,
which is super useful.
You can see what status your battery's at. It's also got a balance plug on there, and the balance plug now only has 2 wires, which makes sense, and some of you guys may be a little confused and saying, how am I going to balance this battery? Well, this battery balance plug is not for you to balance the battery. It's meant for you to run your fan.
And for those of you that haven't ran these goggles before, I can just show you the connection here, which the balance connector plugs into. So it plugs into this port right here on the goggles, and then you have a little button here which you press, which turns on the fan.
The air conditioning.
Exactly. That gives you the non-fogging goggles, which is...
Yeah, a lot of people think that the fan is there to keep their face cool or whatnot. It's actually not. It's there to actually ventilate the fog, because if you've had them on your head for a while and you bring it down, you get some fog. So anyway, so no longer needed, because when you charge these, you actually don't balance them. You charge them. They've got a little circuit inside that will do the balancing for you. You're also going to get the balance connectors. So this is how you charge and discharge the battery. You're going to get the HDMI cable with the various size adapters. So you can just plug those into, say, your Phantom 3 or your other HDMI output drone or other device. You're going to get the RCA to 3.5 millimeter cable. That way if you want to run a DVR externally, or if you want to plug your feed into a monitor, and vice versa if you want to use a ground station and plug into the goggles. Yeah. All right, let's get this stuff out of the way. Let's get to the good part. So we've got a batch 1 and a batch 2. The reason that there's different batches is, well, the first version of the HD3s had still some issues with blurriness along the bottom, and they were quickly fixed. So if you guys are watching this, chances are you will not be able to get your hands on a batch 1. Every single version is going to be a batch 2. I don't want to give it any funky names like V2.2 or V3.3, because I believe we did that in an earlier episode with the Dominator goggles, and a lot of the manufacturers, or I'm sorry, a lot of the retailers were getting bombarded with tickets and people asking, is this the version 3 or the version 2? Yeah. So there's only one version of these goggles. There's just a pre-release version that went out, very limited amount, and they had some issues, so we're going to get into that. I've actually been using both of these. You have not used either one of them yet.
Not yet.
All right, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and get an aircraft with a camera on it. Let's get it powered up and tell people what we think. So a lot of you guys know that the Dominator series does not come with any kind of receivers and any kind of frequency management or anything like that. I've got here is the LaForge. This is the latest version of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that into the goggles. And Alex has our Twin Zoo aircraft. This is a quick plug-in. Twin engine, mini quad parts, runs on the 1300. But up front, we've got the PZO 420 camera, which is a very familiar 600 TV line, 1/3 inch Sony screen. I've made the adjustments to this camera. The only things that I do is turn on the WDR. Yeah. I reduce the brightness quite a bit to about 37, 36. And then I go ahead and turn it on color, so it's not on day and night.
So if it gets kind of dusk night mode, it doesn't shut off and become just a black and white car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put them on, and I'm going to try to do my best to describe to you guys the screen, what it looks like and what it feels like. And then Alex is going to go ahead and do the same thing. And we're both coming from
Dominator V2s.
Version 2s.
Yeah.
So the Dominator V2s are the goggles that have the most eye relief. It fits 99% of users, can get away with the Dominator V2s. It's a great image. It's a postage size stamp. It's a 4x3 image, so it's nice and square. And I feel like it's kind of sitting back a little bit, but you get a good, clear, crisp image. It's like having that 70-inch TV at home, and it just works. Yeah,
absolutely. It's been my go-to goggles for over a year, and I absolutely love them. I had some problems in the beginning with them fogging up because I bought mine without the faceplate.
Yep, back when they come with the eye cups.
And if it was too cold, it fogged up. If it was too hot, it fogged up. Ever since I got the faceplate and the bigger battery, they've been perfect for me.
So they're basically fogged up goggles.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, Dominator HD V3s. The best way I can describe them is take that Dominator V2 image and just blow it up. Blow it up as big as you can. We talked about how the Dominator V2s are sitting at home with a nice big 70-inch 4K LED TV. These are like sitting in an IMAX movie theater, right blunt and front center.
This has what I like about these is that it has a very big immersive feeling. It's like Johnny said, it just feels like sitting in an IMAX theater. The image, the screen, everything is just so much better than the Dominator V2s.
So the only difference between the batch 1 and the batch 2 is, and Alex, when we trade off, you'll notice, is that the batch 1s have a little bit of fuzziness on the top and a little bit of fuzziness on the bottom, but that's about it. I'm not going to get more into details about it because chances are you're not going to get this version of them. So I think the best thing to do is we can just go ahead and trade off.
There we go.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and slip the V2s on, and he's going to tell you the difference between the two. Do you see the issues?
I definitely see the issues. Fuzziness in the bottom. I can definitely see that. I also see the fuzziness on top of the viewing field, so to speak. I definitely see that it's fuzzy up and fuzzy down.
And those are pretty much fixed with the new version.
Yeah.
You get a nice, crisp, clear image, top to bottom. The image does feel like if you were to take a square and just kind of stretch the corners a little bit, but you don't really notice the difference of the screen. It just makes it feel bigger. To me, it's crystal clear edge to edge. There are a little bit of variations where if you move them, you get a little more eye relief, but the main image, the main focal point is crystal clear. It's an amazing image. I'm definitely going to upgrade to these. I can't say I am going to because I already did.
Yeah.
But, you coming from the Dominator V2s, what do you think?
I've been eyeing these ever since we got them in here, but I definitely want to get these just because of the bigger immersive picture. I've been missing that. And yeah, I'm definitely game. I do really want to get these. The only thing I notice now as well is that with the bigger screen, I remember my Dominator V2s with these adjustments here.
The IPD?
Yeah, the IPD. I always ran them like max out on my Dominator V3s. But with these ones, I can't run them all the way out. I have to actually adjust them in
just a bit.
In just a bit in order to get a perfect picture for my eyes.
And I'm the same way. All right, another thing to note, Alex, is that the now brightness and contrast buttons have a value. So when you adjust them up or down or left and right, you can actually see where they're at, with the settings. So if you're flying in different lighting conditions, they've got adjustments so you can see that. I think the colors are amazing. They're very bright. They're not overexposed. They're not underexposed. So that's a big plus there.
But also I have to agree that the actual lighting that you can see the setting, what brightness setting you have in the goggles, is a pretty cool feature they've added actually. I really, really like that.
I haven't had a chance to mess with the OSD or the DVR or anything like that, but I'm assuming it's the same. I've taken these apart already, and I saw them. The board looks the same. They got the capacitor, so if you disconnect the battery, it's going to go ahead and write your files, which is an upgrade that we did on the Dom V2s.
Yeah.
So I've pretty much tried every single goggles that have been out there. These are what I started with. Don't laugh. These are what got me into FPV. These are the Tremersion modified goggles. They were basically video gaming goggles. They were used for like Xbox or PlayStation. They got volume button with like little earpieces. When I first started, I had a Boscam receiver Velcro to the top of this and a 3S LiPo to the other side, and I would plug this in. This is just basically hacked in there, and it's got audio video thing. But basically, I would walk around with this, or we'd go places with my wife on vacation, and this is what I would FPV with, so people would look at me kind of funny. Anyways, I started with these, and I went to the base SDs. Yeah. Then from there, they had the Dominators, the version 1s, the black ones. I think they were called Dominator Generation 2 or something like that. And those are my go-to goggles until the Dom V2s came out. We were very fortunate to get an early release of those. Really liked them. I've been stuck with the Dom V2s for about 2.5 years now. Maybe 3, going on 2.5, 3 years now. And I've tried the Dominator V3s, I've tried the HD2s and the HD1s, but none of them really stood out to me like these guys do. So these are definitely going to be my next upgrade. I'm going to hand my Dom V2s off to my wife, who is now starting to get into FPV, which is really exciting, but very expensive for me, because I have to gear up two ships and 2 aircrafts. So what do you think?
Well, I think I haven't been flying for that long. I started with I think it was the Attitude V2s. Mm-hmm. Quickly sold them because I started flying with 1.3 and I needed the module bay for it. So I got the Dominator V2s, which I've been stuck with for over a year. Love the goggles. But I was interested shortly into getting the head-to-play HD goggles. Right. But I was a little bit turned off because that image on the head-play goggles are so immersed and so big that it's very easy to get lost in that big viewing field. But these guys, I absolutely love these. I can't wait to actually go out and fly with these goggles.
So speaking about head plays or HD goggles or other things out there, these guys seem to fit. I don't get lost in them. I feel like it works just fine. But one thing to note is that a lot of people had complaints from the Dom V2s to the V3s because of the 16:9 image. Yeah. Well, these guys, Fatshark definitely knocked it out of the park with this one. This gives you a robust HDMI input that converts the image to a 16:9. So those guys flying Phantoms and Lightbridge and different applications that require the HD can now plug in there. They get the correct format, 16:9. Yeah. But the best part is most of the racers and the people that are doing FPV use analog video, which is generally 4:3. These guys do analog in 4:3, HD, and 16:9, which is a big come up.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only other differences that we've got is this one's running the LaForge. I'm running the new Fatshark Diversity receiver. This guy basically swaps the antenna signals. The LaForge swaps the receiver signals. Yeah. So I'm going to try these out and just see how I like them. But other than that, the Dominator HD3s are going to be my new go-to goggles. And I'm assuming by your...
Absolutely, mine too. I'm going to get these ASAP and can't wait to go out flying with these guys.
Alright guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. The like button directly correlates to Alex's ego, and him being happy means that Folke's happy. So if you guys like dogs, go ahead and click the like button. You like what I did there with the twist?
Absolutely.
And the subscribe button will help you guys stay up to date with the latest and greatest in FPV. 2016 is just about over. 2017 is coming around the corner. We've got so many exciting products coming out. We've got pretty much everything good is getting mini. So
absolutely.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button to stay up to date with that, guys. And with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm Johnny.
I'm Alex. And this is Folke.
Get him, Folke. The attack dog. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye. These anymore. I got these Lion packs, and I understand Fatshark's coming out with some Lion packs?
They are. Yep. So the Fatshark is working on. It basically looks like this. It's a little bit bigger,
Okay.
but it is basically going to